Hello, Goddess. Welcome back. This is Andrea with You Are Mind, Body, Soul. And in this temple space, I guide your inner goddess to bridge the mind, body, and soul through psychosomatic education, consciousness reconditioning, as well as alchemy and energetics. Come on in. It feels so good to be back, baby. We're officially in summer. As I'm releasing this video, we will have just passed through the summer solstice. So that is about the time where day and night, well, it's going to start, the days are going to start to shorten. We are going to be hitting the warmest periods of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. Shout out to everyone in the Southern Hemisphere and around the world. We are also moving through the Capricorn full moon. There's just so much beautiful, sacred, divine energy that is transpiring. And a lot has transpired in my life over the last month here. And so what this video is going to be is a couple of things I want to do, just a quick life update, a general life update, because a lot has happened for me. I want to tap into some of the solstice energy as we are in the heart of the divine masculine season. Is anyone feeling that divine masculine season energy, like that energy where it is like you are more active, you are more inspired to do more, your masculine energy is more online? Or are you, like I tend to be in previous years, especially a bit more in need of self-care, time alone, time to rest? Like, what does the summer energy do for you? I want you to think about that. For me personally, usually I need to rest. I'm a bit more tired, but boy, this year has been so energetic as far as manifestations that have been coming along for me. And I want to talk with you all about that today. But before I get too deeply into the topic, I want to remind you to please like this video. I'm so grateful for each and every one of your likes. They mean the world to me, and they really encourage me and motivate me to continue to share this free content with you. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. We're getting very close to our 250 where I believe to go live. So that's going to be a big deal. Our channel has been great. Thank you so much to all of my subscribers. And also, please remember to share this video so that other goddesses such as yourself can receive this information and share in this vibration, because we are going up through these levels. So this video will be a bit about leveling up. We'll tap into that solstice energy, which let's start with the solstice. So the summer solstice is essentially that midway energetic point between the light and the shadow season, the masculine and the feminine energy season. So already what I am feeling called to discuss with you is the way in which we use our masculine and feminine energies. And here on this channel, we are tapping into that divine goddess frequency, which is that elevated frequency that understands that we are integrated whole aspects of ourselves, and we are not just operating through life through one limited aspect of ourselves. We are the full package. So it is our birthright to be that masculine energy when we feel called to. Recently, for me, switching jobs, moving into a new place. Oh, by the way, we do have a new backdrop today because I am in my new place. I believe this is like my third week being here. Things have been going so fast for me. Like I can't express to you how fast life has been going. Like I moved on a Monday, and then we went on our retreat to Cape Cod on a Friday, came back, like I started a new job, got a new certification. It's just been so much positive movement and positive energy. It is literally like the doors opened to the manifestations that I have been cultivating in the 5D. So again, coming into that invitation that the solstice really brings in for us is, how are we moving through the fifth dimension and the third dimension? There are a lot of new age channels. That term doesn't really resonate with me completely, the term new age and new earth, because honestly, there's nothing new under the sun. We have all been given access to this knowledge and information that taps us into the ancient wisdom that has already been here. It is all just being uncovered. None of it is truly new when we know ourselves on that deep level through doing the work that we do here on this channel. But when we are in that fifth dimensional energy, which is that unseen energy, which is predominantly where feminine energy manifests from, it is how you are feeling inside of your body and how you are directing your personal reality through your vibration. And that is just the way that you are being in this world, the way that you are showing up for yourself, the habits that you have, which are your behavioral habits, your thought and feeling habits. They all create this flow that contribute to how you move through life. And so that fifth dimension energy, that unseen movement and dedication and devotion, that is the tapping into the wisdom. It is the excavating the desire, all of the challenging emotions that are layered on of what you truly desire. So for example, at the retreat, a few circles where we went into these really deep, relaxed, meditative states. And before we went into one of those states, we actually had a discussion about the feelings that were limiting our ability to connect with that inner goddess energy. And there were so many different things that came up. I shared in the recent email that I sent out, newsletter. You can tap into that by clicking below, about, how one of the strongest feelings that I have walked through and had to deal with in life is my sense of abandonment from when I was a child. And, when we are in circles and groups of women, when we are able to connect, we find that there are emotional patterns that flow through all of us that we all have and find challenges with, like anxiety, a feeling of confusion, fear, anger, lack of self-worth, being overly critical about yourselves. And all of these things, when we are not doing our inner work, tend to serve as basically unnecessary guardrails. So it would be like God giving you a chariot to drive, and you are your older self. You've grown into your body, your grown body, and you have been given the keys to drive a chariot, but somehow you are attached to training wheels that you needed when you were a child. So we hold on to the feelings of insecurity. We hold on to the toxic, well, I don't want to label them as toxic, but to the limiting emotional patterns that we had to adopt when we were young in order to cope and in order to survive. But when we are doing our inner work and we are finding ways to clear, and we are tapping into what needs to be released, we are able to excavate and move through those challenging layers so that we can find that true desire. Okay, so that's all of that fifth dimensional work. It is the energetic vibration of cleansing ourselves. We talked about tapping as well and went through some tapping techniques, which you can check out the course Vibrational Voodoo to learn how to tap, which will keep you emotionally current. So all of that stuff happens in the fifth dimension. And last summer, I started going through this death cycle where I really wanted to create some space from the previous chapter in the previous paradigm that I was living on, to remove myself out of certain things that I was experiencing, just so that I could level up. It's always about expanding. You know how I could say a lot of stuff went down in the last month, but instead what I'll say is a lot of levels came up, right? So I've moved through a lot of levels and it didn't just happen overnight. So because of all of the fifth dimensional death and rebirth work that I've done over the last year, it all kind of just started to manifest now in the physical 3D over the last month. And when you make that transition from one perspective into a new, from one paradigm into a new paradigm, from one form of living and one type of habitat into a new environment, things then have to change, especially when it starts to move from that unseen fifth dimensional energetic realm into that physical realm, material realm. And so that's what I have been experiencing over the last month. Like I remember the first night that I spent in this place, the walls. The one thing that I had before I stayed my first night here was my bed. So I set up the frame and I got the mattress, and that was pretty much like the only piece of furniture that I had in this house. So I have the bed frame with the mattress, my luggage that I told y'all was a big upgrade for me, my goddess, for my goddess energy. And then I have this this futon, and that's like the only furniture that I have, y'all, right now. Okay. So when I tell you it was like everything was so fresh, and being in these empty walls, I had to sit with the energy, which was excitement, happiness, joy, uncomfort, like being uncomfortable, feeling the discomfort of being in the empty space, and the vastness of the potential energy of what I could create from this new paradigm. So the question that I have for you today, as we are moving through this solstice energy, is what are you tapping into that is fresh, that is an invitation for a new beginning for you? That what step can you take, or what is shifting in your life to make you feel like you have to now grow into that experience? Are you facilitating for yourself, setting up goals, moving towards a desire that will now force you to have to grow into something new, right? So, you know, the new job, for example, and having the new certificate, that's something now that I get to enjoy. I get to grow into the experience of, you know, informing myself about people's body now to the next level. I've been doing body work for the last 5 years, and now I get to add on to that toolbox of Reiki and Thai body work. So now I know how to stretch people on top of everything else. And so being in that uncomfortable or outside of my comfort zone and working and touching people every day. So now it's like this thing that I have to grow into to be able to hold space energetically for myself, but also to be able to hold people energetically in their bodies, because as we know, when you're moving bodies, you're moving energy. And we talked a little bit about that, like stretching about beauty secrets, right? So what aspects of your life, as we move into the second half of 2024, what is new for you? Have you allowed yourself, have you supported yourself and had to facilitate for your inner goddess a new stage, a new level, or a new experience for yourself? Maybe it's something that was initiated months ago. Maybe it's something that was initiated last year, and you are still growing and you are still expanding into that. Are you allowing yourself to open up? What does that process look like for you? Are you going through a contraction with the experience? And, you know, a lot of times contractions show up in ways in which we need to kind of be by ourselves, where we kind of need to take a step back from you know, regular going ons of life, and just take some time for yourself to tap into your energy and really assess what it is you need. So I wanted to really share that energy with you today, especially coming off of the retreat and coming down from, when we did that, it was a new moon. So it's about 2 weeks ago. And the moon has now waxed through its phases. And things that I had questions about during the new moon are now becoming illuminated through this full moon cycle. So to make things easier when it comes to cycles and rhythms, you can ask yourself, am I in tune with the new and the full moon cycles? How are those showing up for me? How am I showing up for those cycles? And so this whole solstice energy moving through this half of the year is just an invitation for our inner goddess to see how we can now take those inner things and bring them into this physical plane and this physical 3D reality and create these positive shifts even more in our lives. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a super quick video, super quick check-in. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section below. Let me know how you are liking the new backdrop. I'm probably going to be moving to different areas of the house, and I might be showing you some of like my meditative processes now that I have my own space. I don't have to share space with, other individuals anymore. I just feel so open and so liberated, and I am ready to get back to creating. Like, it feels so good. And one of these days, I'm going to show you this incredible view that I have out my window. It's just all green when I look out of these windows, which are facing north. So the sun, it rises over there in the east, it sets in the west, but then there's just always green right here. And there's always birds, and they're having their conversations, and there's squirrels and chipmunks. And anytime I go out there to like just take a walk in the back or to leave to go somewhere, there's always a rabbit. There's always rabbits. So that rabbit energy, animal spirit has really been here to guide me recently. So whenever I see that spirit guide, I think about Queen of Pentacles energy, which is nurturing house and home and community, nurturing the body. So how is your body feeling? Do you need, are you tapped in with the cycles? Because in the Northern Hemisphere, when it gets hot or whenever the seasons change, the way that you are feeding yourself oftentimes should be changing. So in the summertime, I find that I can bulk the most. So I'm able to gain the most muscle mass during the summertime. So I am in my, pretty much my performance season during the summertime, or I'm preparing for my performance season, which is the peak season. So I gain muscle, I trim down a bit, and then in the fall, I tend to perform. Okay, so I'm maxed out. I've reached like my optimal physical capabilities. And then typically in the winter or the fall, I'll usually like take a break from the intensity. And then in the winter, if I gain any weight, I try to work that weight off or just maintain the gains that I have made. So that is another example of being in tune with your rhythm. Is your body asking you to eat more cool foods? Do you need more warm foods? Do you need more rest? Is your sleep pattern changing? So I just want you to check in with your inner goddess during this season and let me know if you have noticed any changes in your body, any changes in your vibration, or any changes in the manifestations that you are creating. What phase in your manifestation cycle are you in? Are you cultivating things in the energetic fifth dimensional realm? Or are things really starting to show up on the three-dimensional realm that you now need to continue to make that physical space for? And one of the things that go along with creating or being able to have the physical space for that manifestation is to continue to allow your energy to sustain that which you have brought in. So I remember there was this moment when I moved into the new place and I was sitting up late at night and I was like, oh my God, this is so much empty space. Like, how am I going to furnish this apartment? Can I really make this space feel like home? Am I gonna be able, like all the fears start to come in, and I'm looking, there's a woodpecker like right on the tree. The woodpeckers is that Eight of Pentacle energy. It is that consistently focusing on perfecting something that is physical, material, tangible. So pentacles are physical and material, and the woodpecker really talks about pecking away at your goals. And so whatever it is that you are opening up and you are making space for, and you are holding and sustaining that space for, it all just takes consistency. It's all about being consistent. And it is all about being consistent with your personal reality, how you are internally processing life and responding to life, and your sense of awareness to it will significantly control how things transpire for you. So how is that going for you? Can you maintain, the energy that's required to sustain these manifestations? And I'm here to tell you, plot twist, spoiler alert, that yes, you can. You definitely can maintain. You have everything that it requires to maintain and to attract everything it is you desire. But one of the big things to it is just being clear about it, doing the journal work, sitting down, writing it out, connecting with your body, connecting with yourself. Have those conversations. Let me know in the comments section below. I'm trying to start a conversation with you all because it really lets me tap into your energy to see what topics really resonate with you so I can continue to deliver this sacred information. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will catch you in the next one. One love. Mwah.